Let us talk about the Bleach manga. Now, listen, I finished watching Thousand Year Blood War Season 2, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and finish the manga as well. Even though there were like 70 chapters left, I was like, oh boy, I'm free today, and I'm gonna make use of this free time. Now, if you haven't watched my Thousand Year Blood War Season 2 review, go ahead and watch it. It's up on the channel. But today, I'm gonna be talking about the manga, and I kind of go into spoilers here, guys, so if you've not read the manga, I'm possibly going to be spoiling the entirety of Bleach in this video. Not possibly, definitely am. So please click off the video if I haven't already. But if you have seen the manga, let's talk about the manga. Wow, that manga was incredibly rushed and it left so many loose ends. Good lord. I'm not even joking when I say there's so many things which are left unanswered, which do not end properly, which happen abruptly. This arc, if it wasn't for the anime and me, like, I'm just gonna judge this arc not based on the anime. It's not a good arc. The manga arc is not good. It's not a. Yeah, this arc just gets bad as like it starts off great and then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and it ends. And then you're just like, man, there's a lot of things I don't like in this. Again, I'm used to endings always being disappointing. That's kind of been the thing for a long time, honestly. But good lord, this was like some shit, dog. This was like booty cheeks. I was just watching this, or I was reading this, and I was just like, wow, this is really bad. And yeah, the pacing is shit. It's just bad. Apparently, like Tite Kubo, I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that. Mr. Kubo had like health issues or he was being rushed to finish the manga, like pressure and stuff. Which, sure, but like, God, bro, nah. Like, this stuff was not the best. I'm not gonna lie. It really wasn't like the best. Like, if you're talking about even the part which has been adapted into the anime, like, the anime does it better. The manga is not good. Especially this, after where the anime left off, the manga just seems to get worse. There are some cool moments. There's like, cool moments and callbacks and gangs all here, but it's just there. I'm going to talk about some of my highlights. Obviously, I think Yuvach killing paintbrush guy was stupid. It's just cliche anime, you get it? It's just like, oh yeah, but guess what, he is the most powerful. Like, at this point, it's not even like you can be pissed about it. Grimjow returning was very nice. If you don't know, my favorite Espada is Grimjow. I think before he turns into a twink cat, his regular design, he looks so hot, incredible. So there was that whole Mayuri fight where Mayuri and Kenpachi versus Pernida, or basically the left arm of the Soul King. I thought that was okay. I know Kenpachi is my favorite, but he didn't have a big role, and honestly, Kenpachi might not even be my favorite at this point for some reason. I don't know, it just didn't feel like, oh yeah, Mayuri. It was a great fight though. It was a great fight. I'm sure it'll be animated very, very well. I'm very excited for that to be animated. That fight had some crazy shit happening. So yeah, that fight's gonna look great in animation. My favorite highlight was Shinsui. Is that his name? Shinsui? Yeah. His whole Bankai sequence is some of the coolest shit I've seen. It was so okay. They told long back. I don't even know when they said. I think when him and Utikate were fighting Old Man Yama for the first time, and he was like, "Don't use your Bankai; it can't be seen by everyone" or something. His Bankai is very fucking cool, and that entire sequence of him and Nanao, I think that entire story part, or the backstory, everything related to Shinsui, his Bankai, the backstory between him and Nanao, it was the highlight of storytelling for me, because that was the only one which seemed to have a proper structure. It had depth, it had emotions to it. I don't know how in towards this point the arc was really getting into like fuck all, but then somehow that managed to really hold its ground, and I was like, wow. So like, yeah, Shinsui's stuff was great. Urahara had a Bankai. Now Urahara is also one of my favorite characters, And I kind of knew I was kind of spoiled about the Bankai, but I will say, kind of disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. It was cool, but then it just, I don't know, I didn't feel the hype. I can't wait for the anime to adapt all of this because I know for a fact the anime is gonna do it way more justice than the manga did. It really was rushed. And I think my biggest disappointment was Kenpachi's Bankai. I don't know, it just felt so, yeah, you know, and the villains just never died and it kept happening, and Toshiro is a fraud again. I don't know. Most of what was happening towards the end felt so, oh yeah, here you go. Oh yeah, guess what? Here you go. It was just so much of that bullshit, and I thought it was complete bullshit, and I didn't like it at all. Aizen, he elevated from like, oh, he's a okay villain to like, I really like his character. I think Aizen might be one of my favorite characters by the end of the manga. He plays such an important role, and I just like that shit. I don't know. I like Aizen. I feel like they nerfed him a lot in the manga ending though, and I feel like he is actually way more powerful. But you know that's cool. But I really like that shit. Aizen being there, Aizen being the one who, you know, I don't want to spoil the manga, but I doubt anyone's gonna go through fucking how much is it, 686 chapters. But yeah, Aizen's stuff was pretty cool. But those were all the cool things. I think the rest was very whatever-ish. Like most of the characters felt so useless. My bad. Most of the characters felt so useless, and there were so many loose ends. Like it before it reached a conclusion, there were 2 chapters left, and I was like, oh god. Yeah, it was just, man, what a letdown. I'm not that disappointed because I know the anime is having stuff added, and that makes me very happy. I saw what they did with Squad Zero in the anime, and Squad Zero was a fucking joke in the manga. So the fact that that happened makes me believe that okay, they're actually gonna give proper. There's not gonna be any loose ends by the end of the anime, and we have like what 2 more seasons left, which is like 13 episodes. So that's great. And yeah, I think there's enough time to do that. I hope it doesn't end it, just open-ended stuff like the manga did. But you know what? I think it was still an okay manga. If I have to review the manga as a whole, it's not good. I'm sorry. It's not something I'd want to read. It's not something which you should, it's not a must read. It's like a journey which you can get on, but it is far from a perfect manga, and it is far from a good manga as well. Like, if I had to give a rating for the entire manga, I would give it like a 6 or a 7. It's fun to be into it. It's not exactly, the weak points are really weak, and chances are you'll drop it a couple of times before you want to get back to it. But yeah, that was, I'm not talking about the entire manga. That was just a little section. But this arc especially is not good, and it's kind of disappointing. Like the final arc in the manga really wasn't all that, which is kind of sad. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Hopefully, the anime is gonna change a lot of the stuff. If it does, well and good. If it doesn't, we're used to being disappointed. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later. Bye.